Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth, and today I thought I would bring you my skincare routine. So I've had one or two people, and literally one or two, asking me what products I like to use, what order do I use them in, etc. Because I know it can be very, very confusing to know what to use with what and what's safe to use with another product, etc, etc. And I'm not claiming to be any sort of expert whatsoever. I'm just an enthusiast who has followed the likes of Caroline Hearns and the Welches and, you know, everyone that kind of gives advice on skincare. And I've tried to work out a routine that suits my skin best. I think I'm doing okay. I'm 42. I don't think my skin is looking horrendous. I will have to give some props to my mom because she has fantastic skin. So, you know, there's genetics at play. But, you know, overall, I think I'm doing okay for my age. Maybe I'm being a bit presumptive there. Maybe you're all going, Ruth, I thought you were 52. But anyway, I'll get into it and maybe it's of interest to you. Maybe you're just going click onto the next one and sure, that's fine too, isn't it? So I will start with my night care skincare routine because there's a bit more in that. I tend to kind of do more at night than I do in the morning. So at the moment, the products I'm using, so I'm an avid daily double cleanser person, double cleansing person, you know what I mean. So I love balm to oil cleansers. They're my absolute favorite first cleanse, and then I like a gentle cream cleanser as my second cleanse. So what I'm currently using is the Soap and Glory Balm to Milk Transformation in the palm of your hand. So this is it here. I'll be honest, I was kind of reluctant to pick this one up because I thought Soap and Glory is going to be so fragranced. I mean, all their products are so fragranced. They're body products. And I'd never really tried any of their skincare products. But somebody had flagged it to me ages ago when I was going on about how pharmacy is quite expensive and that I was looking for something a bit more affordable but was still cruelty free, and somebody in the comments mentioned Soap and Glory, so thank you to that person. This is what it looks like on the inside. I don't know if you'll be even able to see, but it has a little spatula. Did it have one? No, it didn't. I took this out of another one. There's zero fragrance of this. I'm so impressed. Genuinely thought this would be so fragranced, and it's not at all. And it's a very effective cleanser. Now, I do get a little bit of a film over my eyes when I'm using it around my eyes, but I don't mind that. It doesn't sting at all, and I'm very sensitive eyes. And I use waterproof eyeliner and mascaras. So I need something that's really going to be able to work and get it off while still being gentle, and this definitely is. I have to say I'm really impressed and surprised by this product. So yeah, I just put a bit in my hands, rub my hands together, really massage it in, but gently. Always be gentle with your skin, never pull it or never work too hard on it. So I gently will massage it into the skin, kind of hold my hands over my eyes for kind of half a minute or so, and then just gently kind of work it in. Sometimes I'll use my Garnier eye makeup remover cleanser thing if it's something that's really stubborn, but typically this does the job. There's been very little that this hasn't been able to get rid of, so it's a good one. Affordable, cruelty free, and yeah, no fragrance. So impressed with that, really was surprised. I then go in with this cleanser next. You'll notice the theme here. I don't spend an awful lot on my cleansers because I feel they're not on your skin long enough. As long as they're doing the job they're been asked to do and are gentle on my skin, I'm happy. So this one I'm using at the moment is the Me Plus range from Superdrug. So this is the hyaluronic acid cleanser with niacinamide and ceramides. Niacinamide and ceramides. Cleanses and hydrates. This is what it looks like here. Again, it's a Superdrug own brand, so it's really affordable, less than a tenner, and it has a pump on it, which is fantastic. And after that, I always use a face cloth as well. I love a face cloth because I feel, or flannel, whatever you want to call it, I feel it gives it a very mild exfoliation while you're taking off your makeup and that. So once I've used the cloth to take that off, I'll then go in with this just to get anything else, you know, really clean the skin. And it does a fantastic job. When I go in afterwards with my cotton pad and my toner, whatever you want to call it, nothing comes off in the pad, nothing. So I feel so good that I have fully cleansed with this. So those two together are really working a treat for me, and not expensive, gentle on the skin, not stinging my eyes, ticking all my boxes. Next then I will go in, the one I'm using at the moment, I like to go in with my glycolic, that kind of exfoliator in the evening times when I like to use it. And the one that I'm currently using is the Ole Henriksen Glow Glow 2O. That's supposed to be like H2O. I don't know. Dark Spot Toner, High Potency AHA. This is it here. As you can see, I'm nearly out. I won't be repurchasing it. It's fine. It does the trick. It's a tad stingy, I'll be honest with you. And I don't, because I exfoliate, I feel enough. I don't feel at this stage like I'm exfoliating with an acid for at least 3-4 years now. So I don't feel like anything should be stinging me at this stage, if that makes sense. I feel like my skin should be well able. So I feel like this is maybe a tiny bit harsh. Now, it hasn't done anything desperately bad to my skin or anything. Don't get me wrong. I'd have stopped using it immediately if it did. But I really like this. Or no, I don't really like this. I like this step, if that makes sense. I like to use an exfoliating toner. It's just a step that I enjoy, and I feel my skin enjoys it. But this particular one, not a fan of, wouldn't be repurchasing it. But yeah, that's when I would use my glycolic or AHA or whatever you want to call it. I usually leave that I don't do anything for about 5 minutes. I kind of let that do its thing. I don't like to rush through my skincare in the evening. I definitely use it as a mindfulness step. It helps with my depression and anxiety in that I literally talk my way through my routine. I don't rush any of it. It's very much my me time. I go to bed half an hour earlier than my hubby because it's just, this is my time to just do my skincare and focus on my mental health essentially. So after that, we go in. I use an eye cream. I'm not a huge advocate of eye creams. I have them. I'm going to use them up. They came in kits with other stuff. For example, this is the Ole Henriksen Truth Banana Bright Eye Cream. And it came in the set with that toner, which is one that I had wanted to try. So I have it. I'll use it. I wouldn't be repurchasing. I just don't find that they're a necessity to me in my routine. Now, maybe I'm lucky and I don't have much issues when it comes to eyes, but I don't think that's the case. I think that you can bring up a lot of your skincare up to the skin under your eyes, and it's going to do the same thing. And I even find that this maybe causes my eyes to water a little bit. I feel it might be a little bit, I don't know. I'm going to use it up. I use it on my under eyes, literally just tap it around here, right down on the orbital bone, and I'll bring it up as well. I don't go any higher than that because it will bring itself up. But I'll also use it on my feet or on my neck or something like that, just to use it up, because I'm not going to spend a year using an eye cream, because I'm just not a believer in them, I suppose. Next up will come my spray. So I adore misting. I just love it. I just love it, okay? So I would go in. This is the one I'm using at the moment, the Mario Badescu. It's not a favourite. I won't be repurchasing it. This is the facial spray with aloe, cucumber and green tea. I feel like they're a bit over-scented, to be honest with you. There's a lot in it that you just don't need in a spray. You can get better. There's a fantastic one from Aldi. It's very hard to come by. If it ever comes in again, I'm going to buy about 10 of them. And it's just a hyaluronic mist, and it's beautiful. And I love the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. That one. That's my favourite. I'm not a huge fan of the other ones in the range, I'll be honest. That one, I adore. I love it. Anyway, back to the skincare routine. In with this, spritz, spritz, spritz. I go in then next with my Hada Labo Tokyo Lotion #1 Super Hydrator Super Hyaluronic Acid. So again, I found this in Superdrug in Ireland, and I was quite impressed because I know Caroline Harron speaks about it very highly. And it's fine. I will take a pump of this, pat it into my skin, wait a minute, spritz again, take another pump, pat it into my skin. It's just the way I like to do it. I like that, you know, layering up my skin products. And this has lasted ages actually. It's dear enough. It was around, I want to say nearly €20 in Ireland. But I've been using this solidly since December. Now I'm nearing the end of it, but I probably still have a month left in it. So that's not bad bang for your buck. So we spritz, we use that. And next then we spritz again. And then we go in with the CosRx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. And again, this is just a product that I absolutely adore, and my skin just seems to love. It just seems to soak this up and just really react well to it. It just seems to be one that works for me. And I'll go in with a pump of this, again I'll pat it in, spritz again, pat again. Now obviously you don't need to do all that. You can just go in the once with the Hada Labo, you know, spritz in between them, and then again. The reason I spritz is because hyaluronic acid always does better when your skin is damp. So I always like to spritz in between layers so that my skin is getting the most moisture, because if your skin, the whole point of hyaluronic acid is that it attracts water to your skin and keeps your skin hydrated. But if it's a thing that the area that you're in, so if you're in a desert kind of a environment, or if you're in a house with central heating on the whole time, etc., which, you know, a lot of us are, it'll actually take the water from your skin out. So it'll actually, you know, work the opposite way. So if you're spritzing in between layers, it actually helps. That's the moisture that it uses to keep your skin hydrated. So that's why I do a lot of spritzing, because we would have a lot of the heating on in Ireland. And then lastly, I don't use my lip balm. I forgot about that, because that would usually come kind of fairly earlier on. I'm using the Dr. Pawpaw one at the moment. It's fine. It's nothing particularly special. I use it on my cuticles as well and stuff like that, or very, very bad dry patches somewhere on an elbow or something. It can work on that. It's fine. Wouldn't be my favourite. And the last step that I'm going in with at the moment is the Peptide Moisturiser from the Inculist. Absolutely love this. My skin just really seemed to enjoy it. No frills, you know what I mean? There's no scent or anything like that in it, which I'm delighted with. Has one of these lovely little pump kind of mechanic, you know what I mean, on it, and it says use hyaluronic acid first to help draw in all of the peptide goodness, which I do, which is fantastic. I didn't even read that, but I do it anyway. Love this moisturiser. This is definitely a repurchase for me. At the moment, the repurchases for me is a Soap and Glory balm cleanser. Definitely would buy that again. Superdrug, yes, 100% would buy that again. Hada Lab was fine. Wouldn't necessarily run out and buy it. I can get a cheaper one from The Ordinary or the Inculist. But this definitely 100% purchase again. I am going to take Courtney's advice and get the Ampule. Was it the Ampule you said, Courtney? That's next on my list to buy for the winter, because she said it's a bit more, it just has a bit more to it, a bit more hydration, etc. for the winter months when it's a bit drier. I'll be getting that, and this is a definite repurchase, 100%. Love it, absolutely love it. So that would be my nighttime routine. Daytime then, I get up in the morning and I don't wash my face traditionally, shall we say. I use this at the moment, Baby Cheeks All-in-One Hydrating Milk, Coconut Water and Bamboo Extract, and this is from Versed. So I will use my reusable cotton pad, and I will pop some on this, and I will just freshen up my skin. So it just takes off kind of any oiliness or kind of any overnight kind of residue from the skincare, whatever you want to call it. My only complaint with this is I don't like this, the pump. I always find these so vexing, because I'll put my pad on it, I'll press down, and water will just, or the product will shoot everywhere, bar onto the pad. Obviously it's user error, but I can't seem to get the hang of it, and I have it on other products as well. It just always seems to happen to me. But the product itself is nice. My only issue with Verse is it's a tad on the expensive side for what it is. I mean, especially this. I think this was €20, and there ain't a whole lot in it ingredients wise. So I feel like they're kind of they're working off their name and how they managed to get in with a lot of the skincare kind of influencers and that. Would I buy it again? If it was on sale, yes, but maybe not otherwise. Next up, I use, again, only because it came in a kit. I wouldn't have purchased it myself, but it's the Inculist Caffeine Eye Cream. It helps reduce under eye puffiness. And look, you could say that yes, it does help that, but also just so I'm not giving you the finger, it's just the best finger to use, I find, for a tapping. Just doing that alone, if you're just tapping and pulling up and away, you're tapping out the fluid that causes the under eye bag in the first place, the puffiness. So the tapping motion probably do the same thing as the cream, if you know what I mean. So look, I'm a skeptic. What can I say? Lip balm that I'm using in the morning, again, is not a favourite. I'm only using it up because it's in my 50 Shades of Purple. It's a horrible one, actually. It's from Human & Kind, the lip balm, raspberry, 100% natural origin. You know, that's great. It's cruelty free and all that, but it is the stiffest, waxiest, just most... Don't like it, but I will use it up because it's in a project. 2 more came in the pack. They will be going. Somebody else can be tortured by them. Next up, we're back on the spritzing train, people. This is one that I got this year. This is the Niod Superoxide Dismutase Saccharide Mist. So this is Niod as part of the Decium, which is the Ordinary. You know, it's on the same company. They just have different umbrellas. I got this because I'd heard great things about it for years, and it's been hard to get my hands on. The last kind of 6 months or so prior to me buying it, it was always out of stock. So I got a notification it's back in stock, so I'm buying it. It's fine. I thought, I don't know, I expected miracles, I suppose, because it's expensive. It's €40 for this. Having said that, it is 240ml or 8 fluid ounces, which is double what the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist is, and that is, you know, can be €25 depending on where you buy it. So potatoes. It's fine. I just don't think it's worth the price tag, I suppose. I didn't notice enough benefit to my skin for it to justify the price tag. So I don't think I'll be purchasing it again unless I saw it on a great sale. If it was half off or something, sure, yeah, of course I'm going to buy it again, because that's a good value for any kind of mist and spray. But yeah, I just think it's a tad overpriced. But which is whether I go in with this and then I do a little cocktail. So vitamin C and I have not always got along. I find my skin gets quite stung by it and sensitized by it. I don't know, on its own. Now these are just the ones I've tried, and to be fair, I've only used, I thought 3, but I can't think of a third, so maybe it's only 2. So I used one from the Ordinary, didn't enjoy it at all, it was awful, and this one from the Inky List. And look, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not much better than the Ordinary, but what I have been doing is I've been cocktailing it with this little hyaluronic acid that I picked up from Aldi. They did this beautiful range that obviously is a rip-off of Glow recipe, but it's beautiful packaging. The pineapple face serum. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a half a pipette of this and a squeeze of this and mixing it together and then applying it to my face, because I had read somewhere that if you're finding that vitamin C is stinging your face a bit, that if you mix it with a hyaluronic acid or something like that, it will help. And it does, it definitely does. So now I'm actually really enjoying the two of these together. I would have found on its own that this could pill, which was a no-no for me, because I like to wear makeup, so I don't want to be putting skincare on that's pilling, because it's just going to have a knock-on effect and be disastrous. So mixing the two together, there is no pilling. It obviously thins out the formula a little bit and just makes it easier to apply. And the whole point of using vitamin C is that it's supposed to help brighten your skin. And again, I can't say that I notice a huge difference, but I do feel my skin looks well at the moment. And you know what I mean? All these products combined seem to be doing something. But then again, my husband washes his hair and his face with the same product and his skin looks probably better than mine, you know, but I enjoyed the process, so we keep going. So yeah, I'm enjoying these, and when this is finished, I'm actually going to wash out the bottle and keep it, because I absolutely love it. I just think it's gorgeous, and I'll put some of my I have the Inky List lactic acid to use, and I think I'll put it into that and be all pretty. I like packaging. Who doesn't? We're girls, we like this stuff, and boys, everyone likes nice packaging. As my moisturizer at the moment, I don't know if you watched my Love It Pan It Decluttered, the primer edition one, and I had mentioned that I'd noticed a lot of my primers really are just moisturizers, and because I like to use my actives and stuff like that, and hydrators and stuff like that, I don't need a really intense moisturizer during the day. And my makeup won't sit as well anyway if I had something really thick, because my skin isn't very dry, so I don't need something very thick. I feel like my makeup would fall off. All of that is to say, I'm currently using this Catrice bamboo, what's it? Moisturizing with bamboo water Aquafresh Hydra Primer. I'm actually using this as my moisturizer. Perfect, working a treat, love it. It's light, it's gel-like, perfect for the summer, and I'm happy that I'm getting use out of it instead of just kind of glaring at it in my collection, because it's not doing what I want it to do as a primer. And last, I promise, no, that's a lie. I shouldn't have promised. Last in this part of my skincare is the SPF, of course. We all need our SPF. And this one, again, Caroline Hirons raved about it, went out of stock for ages. I finally got my hands on it. It's the Garnier Amber Solaire Anti-Dryness Super UV protection cream with glycerin, 50 SPF, UVB, UVA, blah blah blah. You know the drill. 50 SPF. And this is it here, and this is lovely as well. It's quite a moisturizing formula, I find. So that combined with the primer is perfect, and it's not leaving a white cast. Like, it really disappears into the skin, leaves a tiny bit of a glow, which is lovely, and makeup sits beautifully on top of it. I mean, this to me is the holy grail, because I was on the hunt for years to find an SPF that was cruelty free, which Garnier now is, didn't leave a white cast, was easy to rub in without pilling or rubbing for a year and a day, and sat well onto makeup. That was my crucial one, because again, I like to wear makeup and I need an SPF that will sit under makeup, and this is brilliant. And of course it's purse friendly as well, which is, come on, can't beat it. So that is all of that. So basically what I just have left are my little kind of, so if I have a breakout, we'll say, I also have my fan. Look it, I'm very extra. I spritz. I have a little fan. I spritz. I have a little fan. I mean, BHA Blackhead Power Liquid from Cosrx. So if for some reason my skin has got very congested. Now, I won't lie, it doesn't happen very often, but if it does, I like to have something there that I can use to, be a bit more oomph in my routine. And this definitely does it. So this is just, if I feel like, I can get it around the chin here hormonally or whatever. Or sometimes I feel around my nose might need it. And this is fantastic, it definitely works. And then if I have a very specific spot, like an actual spot come up, I use the Inculist C50 Blemish Night Treatment. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about acne here or anything like that, guys. I'm talking about just your routine run-of-the-mill spot. Thank God, touch wood, that I've never had acne or adult acne or anything like that. I've been absolutely blessed not to have to deal with that, because I genuinely, hand and heart, just feel so sorry for it, because it looks, don't mind how it looks, but it looks like it hurts. It looks like it must be a sore. You can mask it with makeup and all that. That's, who cares what it looks like, but it's just the fact that it looks sore that I just feel my niece suffers terribly, and my heart breaks for her, because, and she's tried lots of things, because in Ireland, in Ireland, we don't have dermatologists like you have in America, and we don't have, access to tretinoin and, things like that you could take for granted, because it's easy enough for you to come by. Not here, not at all. So she's really had to go, down different avenues, try and sort it out. Anyway, which is whether, if you get a regular spot, just hormonal breakout or whatever, pop this on at night, and by the next morning, it'll have brought it down. I'm not saying it's going to magically disappear. It ain't that. I'd love to try the Cosrx stickers that James Welch is always on about, and see if they work. But for the moment, I have this and I'm going to use it up, and it seems to do the trick. It just brings it down enough that I can mask it with concealer the next day, and Bob's your uncle. And this time it is the last, face masks. So the face mask that I absolutely adore and have repurchased time and time again is the ordinary AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. So this is it here. Now, I do think it's frightening looking to anybody that, hasn't tried it. Peeling solution, I've never experienced any peeling, thank God. I think I'd be terrified if I did. It says 10 minutes. I set my alarm for 8 minutes once I've put it on. So I feel that between the applying it and setting up the alarm, that's 10 minutes. And I don't like to go over that, because this, guys, I'm not trying to frighten you or anything, but it's not something that you leave on for 20 minutes or 25 minutes or take a gamble and think, yeah, it's fine. I do recommend setting your alarm, but I love this. My skin feels so smooth and so... I just love this. I think it's fantastic. I only use it maybe once a week or once a fortnight, even if my skin needs it. I don't do it unless I feel like my skin is kind of getting just a little bit of texture onto the kind of skin. I'll go in with this. Gone. Love it. And then finally, I use, I love a sheet mask. I just do. This is one that just happened to have there at the moment. I don't try to use them too often, because I know they're not good for the environment, and I always try to get biodegradable ones and, you know, try and do my bit, but still, I know they're still not great. So I keep them to a minimum, maybe once a month or that. But I just enjoy how therapeutic they feel to me. I just feel like I can't do anything else because it's, you know, to kind of lie there and let it sit in your face. You can't be going around doing bits of jobs and this, that and the other. You literally have to lie there while it's working. And I just feel like my skin is so hydrated afterwards, and just the whole process is just enjoyable to me, basically. But yeah, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. Perhaps you clicked out after 5 minutes because you got bored to tears of listening to me ramble, and you know what, that's fine too. I'm sure I bore myself. But yeah, that's my skincare routine. All of it that it is. I enjoy it. I like doing it. I love trying new products. My only problem is at the moment I'm running low on a lot, and I hate changing everything at the same time. I like to only introduce one thing at a time because I feel you don't know what's working and what's not if you're introducing a lot at the same time. So yeah, that's a bit of a... I'm a bit worried about that. I really have to try and phase something in before I finish. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, by all means ask below. As I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just an enthusiast. And I'm very enthusiastic about it. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, maybe, comment, subscribe. Great. Anyway, I'm going. I think I need to eat food or something. I'll talk to you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye. Slán.